2 mark, 3 mark, 4 marks. So say it's a X, it's Y, Z. That means number of 2 mark question, number of 3 mark question, number of 4 mark questions, which gives 40. At the same time, 2 into X plus 3 into Y plus 4 into Z, which gives 100 marks. So by this way, we may solve this equation because the 3, it's not related to the QCD. But if we do the things, we may have a minimum of 8 2 mark questions. By this way, we may categorize that. Okay. And what are the standards we need to refer? So note that in the earlier, suppose you took the exam earlier, instead of 2019, you may refer 2016 or 2013. So especially for the NFPA 110, every 3 years, they revise it. The editions are revisions are that. So that's why now we are following that. Now in the Qatar, the QCD follows these standards with the editions. So that's why we go for the retraining or re-exams. And note that please refer these standards with the editions, because in the earlier, for example, 2019, 2016, 2013. So there is some additions are there. For example, especially for the NFPA 70, in the earlier, the noise, they mentioned that 55 decibel. But in the 2017, they mentioned instead of 55, they used 54. 3 years before you took the exam, at that time you mentioned the answer is correct answer is 55. Now the answer is 54. That we discuss later stages. Okay. So that's why please refer these standards, these editions. And so here we pull that. So easy to understand the concept or easy to get the mark, we may cup. So NF 110, 111, more or less similar. And so we have 5 classes. In the 5 classes, we discuss the first class we discussed about 110, 111. By this way, is another category. So again, this is the statistic information because I wrote the exam based on my experience. I have 8 questions from that these 2 standards. So 20, 30, 32 questions are there. So, and another one, general questions. The general questions is nothing. We get the answer from these standards only. So here we have 8 questions. So in general, the general questions means, so they mention that what is the NFPA 110 refers. So we say that standard for emergency standby power systems, or they mention that UL 238 is refers which categories. So these are the questions related to the general categories. So in general, these 8 questions, it have 2 markers. So rest of the questions, we may depends upon the questions, you may 2 mark, 3 mark, 4 markers. So right now we forget about the mark. We have 40 questions. They may split like this. So it's person to person may be changed, but it's a tentative statistics. So in here, the Green International, they provide a link. So we call it LMS, Learning Management Systems. So there you can be able to find all the NFA standards, what we mentioned in the, so you can be able to find all the standards in the LMS. Number two. Number one, the data. Number two, so you have a mock exams are there. So mock exams, here we have two different categories. One based on the QCDD exam, that is the mock exam consists of 40 questions, similar to the QCDD. But don't expect that we considered all the questions carry equal mark. So in this mock exam, we consider all the questions carries equal marks. But in the QCDD, they have different standards. And we have one mock exam based on the QCDD standard, another mock exam based on the standards. So suppose in the end of the first classes, you refer the mock exam for NFA 11011. So by this way, we have 6 different mock exams are there. First mock exam is related to these 2 standards. Second mock exam 72. By this way, we have different mock exams are there. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mock exams are there. Okay. So you can be able to take standard wise as well the exam patterns based on the exam patterns. So we have 5 classes. In the 5 classes, we discuss based on these categories. Okay. So these are the basic informations. Apart from this, everyone. So how to prepare the main objective, how to prepare this exam. So compared to UPDA, it's an open book exam. That's why we must know the page numbers, topic, we can be able to get the license again easily. So just before going to this QCDD, so just imagine that in our college days, so most of the people belongs to that electrical background, or everyone knows that electrical machines. For example, we are sitting in our college. So we have one question, write a EMF equation for the transformer. The professor told that you can go to the library, refer any book, write the equation. Okay. So first thing, as a student, first we must know the transformer. So it's related to the circuit theory or electrical machines 1 or machines 2. First we must know that. Okay, transformer. So it's related to the electrical machines. Specifically, machines 1 transformer. Okay, we know that. Then we need to refer the book. To refer the book, first we need to go to the library. So in the college, we know, everyone knows the entrance and our classrooms. Don't miss them, just for information only. So first we must know the library, where it is located, whether left side or right side or center of the college. So now we enter in the college, the library. In the library, we have so many racks are there. First row, they say that first year eggs. Second row, they say the electrical department, EC department, mechanical department. By this way, in general, most of the college, they have that library. Then we now belongs to electrical. So we go to the second row. And we have a first rack, second rack. So this is for the first year. This is for the second year, second semester, third semester. First, we must know the transformer. So the transformer is related to the third semester. So we go to the third semester rack. So first, by this way, we need to select the book. Then we need to open the book. We go to the index. In the index, we have here EMF equations. If you are strong, if you frequently refer the book, so instead of the referring the index, we go to that last pages. In the last pages, alphabetic order, we can be able to find the EMF equation page number. Depends upon the person to persons based on how we are using the library, how we use the book. So similarly, we must know the systems. So here we need to we must keep the basic informations. Okay. So now, so this is, if we know this concept, we can be able to find the answers easily. And one more thing. So as I told, we have 100 marks, 40 questions. Out of 40 questions, 8 questions from the general topic. So mostly in the 8 questions, They ask the different standards or they ask the different UL. And apart from this, we have a very few other details. So mostly 8 questions, out of 8 questions, you may get a 7 questions related to the NFE standard and UL. So where we find this, the first information, see here. Mr. Mohammed, are you hear my voice? Hello, sir. Oh, you are? Okay, thank you. So easy to get the 8 marks. That is 8, not 8 marks. 8 questions, 16 marks. So simply you need to refer NFE 70, page number 694. That information only if you need, if you get that, there is no need to by God anything. Only thing you need to remember by God that this page number. So you can be able to get that all the UL list. 70, 694. So usually every standards, they have a different chapters are there. So the chapter 1 mostly except 70, all other standards, the chapter 1 introduction, chapter 2 referred publications, chapter 3 definitions. These 3 is applicable for all the standards except 70. The 70 have a different standard. Instead of the chapter wise, here they use the word article. So we forget about the 70. We forget all other standards. Chapter 1 introduction, chapter 2 referred publications, chapter 3 definitions. So you can be able to find all the answers from this. Suppose if you are not able to find this UL from this data, you refer that referred publications. In the referred publications, you can be able to get that details. Especially first you search the 72. If you are unable to find the answer in the 72, then you go to the 101. So first priority 70. You refer the 70. Almost you get all the answers from here. If not, you go refer the 72. If not, you refer 101. So definitely you will get that all the UL listers. The only thing you must read this all the things. And here all the things are in the alphabetic order, but in our exam they give in this manner. So if because suppose we have a question for electrical apparatus, so immediately we go to the E, but they didn't mention like that. They give the numbers like this. So we need to one by one we need to search that. So we need to have a searching capability. So by this way, we have I guess in my exam what I did. So we have 40 questions, 100 marks. Without we can be able to refer this within 10 to 15 minutes. At the maximum 15 minutes, we can be able to answer out of 8 questions, we may answer 6 questions. Because yes, if you enter if you're sitting in the desktop, first you think, because we are not familiar with this desktop, because where it is the PC, what are the icons, where it is located, we didn't know that. Because usually what we did, so I took this exam in this PC, I completed 1 hour, 2 hours, that is 15 minutes before. So what we did, I'm not sitting idly. I'm playing with the desktop, I change the icons. By this way, I change that because so it is affect the next persons. We didn't know that. So that's why before starting the exam in the desktop, we find that all the things where are the icons are there, and where we find that PDF files. Because in my exam, 5 to 10 minutes, I am searching the PDF file where it is located. So we have more than 15 minutes in advance. We are sitting in the desktop. So at that time, you find that all the PDF files where it is. So chapter 1, administrations, referred publications, definitions, all others. So just we need to discuss about the first three standards only. If we know the first three standards, especially the referred publications, we will get the answers. For example, say. So here you can be able to find that NFA standards. So in your exam, they ask that NFA and UL standards. So out of 8 questions, they ask that more than 6 or 7 questions we get from these details. No, you can be able to. That's why I told that. First you search the 72. If you are not able to get the answer from the 72, just you go to that 101. If you are not able to get the 101, you go to that 5000. So mostly you get the details from these standards only. So the later stage, I will give that Excel sheets that we discuss. Right now, just introductions. It is not too hard. That is, here is an eye-opening class. So it's not too hard to get the license. So within the 15 minutes, we can be able to get that. Out of 8, we take the minimum 6 questions. That is 12 mark. Yes, that is, in general, they ask that 8 questions from the general topic. Suppose if you are lucky, you get that all the 8 questions from these areas. So always we put a least possibilities. Out of 8 questions, we get only 6 questions from these. So we may find that we are struggled to find one more question where it is. But definitely it's available in this area. But within the 10 minutes, we will get answer 6 questions. For the 1 questions, we search more than 5 minutes here and there. That's why I say that. That is, within the 10 minutes, you find the answers means we have little confidence. So first half an hour, if you have a confidence, then we can be able to move easily. Number 1. Number 2, we need to remember without referring the any document, we need to answer at least 10 to 15 marks without referring any document. So what are the questions are there? So everyone familiar with that. We are working in the construction activity. At least one time you refer the QCS standard, least possible, because it's too hard. All we refer the QCS. But everyone reads the drawing. For example, we are taking the QCDD Electrical. So you refer that fire alarm riser diagram. So in the first drawing, in general, they mention that general notes. And in the corner, they having a matrices. So simply we say that we have n number of drawings. Say we have 10 drawings are there. The one drawing is a riser diagram. So another drawing is a general notes. Please refer at least 1 or 2 times in the general notes and this riser diagram. You will get that minimum of 1 or 2 questions. Because in the general note, they mention that emergency light, what is the minimum illumination level? And they mentioned that manual call point, what is the height of this manual call point? And they mentioned that smoke detector, what is that in the corner, how much the distance? The distance between the two smoke detector is different. They mentioned that from the wall to the first smoke detector, what is the distance? So most of the details you find in the general notes. But depends upon the project to project, based on this drawing, they may have at least 2 or 3 different project drawings. You refer that, you will get the details. So another thing, in our BOQ, first if we take electrical, because we are taking the QCDD electrical. So first we take the electrical, that is section 21. The first line item 11 kV switch gear. Next we have transformers. So by this way we have one by one, and we have a generator. Diesel generator. Usually they mention that 1000 kVA DG. Again, you feel because 1000 kVA DG, usually in the site we use the word, but in the BOQ is more than 5 to 6 different lines are there. They mention that 1500 kV standby generator or prime generator. Depends upon the project to project, they make different things. But here for 110 is refers the standby generator. But the prime generator, we need to refer that NF is 70. Okay, let me discuss in detail about these areas. So first thing, in the BOQ, they mentioned that generator. There is no need to confuse that prime generator, standby generator. We have a generator. Next, we have a word alternator. Then we have a, usually in the market or in the PVL, they mention that Perkins, Cummins, MTU, different brands are there. So it refers the engine. And in the offer letter, that is in the quotations, they mention that engine name, and they mention that alternative name also. So from this, what we understand, generator means minimum, what are the components are there? Generator, engine. Then they mention that lead acid battery or nickel cadmium battery. So another things. So these details, mostly in the BOQ, we didn't find these terms, class, type, and level. So you can find these three terms in the project spec only. In the BOQ, they didn't mention that. Good. So this is the word we find in the QCS. So see here, they mention the word level 1. So this is level 1 is referred to that. So if you refer the project spec, at least one time you refer that. There is no need to refer all the project spec. In the project spec related to the QCD, we need to refer that generator, that is usually section 17 is related to the generator. Then we need to refer that UPS. In our BOQ, we have a generator. Then in our BOQ, we have here UPS are there. Sometimes we have a central battery systems are there. So UPS central battery system means is immediately refer that NFE 111. Then we have come to the others line items. We have a small power switch sockets. We have some things are there. Light fixtures. In the light fixtures, last three light items, exit light, emergency lights. So again, you go to the project spec, refer that what are the things mentioned in that project spec or QCD. At least 2 to 3 times you read the details. Definitely it's help. Without referring this NFE standard, you can able to enter the answers. See here. So here they mention that 10 seconds. So if you know the word 10, definitely everyone having at least one question from these words. Let me discuss in the 110s. Okay. So by this way, out of 40 questions, you may get at least, we get from the general topic, and without referring other documents, we need to answer at least 10 to 15 marks. That means within a half an hour, definitely we need to get the 30 marks. Then it's sufficient. 1.5 hours is enough to find all the answers here and there. So now I give some informations. So that same so here for NFA 110 and 111, both having 8 chapters, 3 annexes. Both having the same title also similar. So 8 chapters, 3 annexes. So here definitely we have a question from the definitions. And suppose if you read the question, from the question itself you can able to find these questions related to the definition. This question is related to the testing, because we can able to find that from the word itself we can able to find that. So then we can able to refer that. Here, for example, 110 means usually we get the testing and that is visual inspection, testing, maintenance. We refer these chapters. We can able to get that. So we have a visual inspection, testing frequency. So we can able to find all the answers from the word itself. For example, we have one question. We need to find the testing frequency for that lead acid battery. So we have the word is lead acid. Lead acid, where we have find that we can able to use in that 110 or 111. Because battery is related to this one. So first priority we refer these 2 documents. Suppose testing frequency for that beam detector, then we go to that. So beam detector. So from the word itself, we know that it is related to the fire alarm devices. So we need to refer that NFE 72. Okay. They ask the question, testing frequency. The testing frequency means the 14th chapter is a testing. So we need to go to the 14th chapter. So the number is 3. So still we need to move. For example, we have one question, digital alarm communication transmitter frequency. So here, usually we did mistake. We have two tables are there. One table, visual inspections. So next table, so 3.1 visual inspection, 3.2 is a testing. So mostly we have more than 4 to 5 questions, especially for the NFA 72. As I told, we have 12 questions are there. Out of 12 questions, you may get the 4 questions from the testing, 4 questions from the definitions, other 4 questions from the other details. The testing is easy to refer. Just only thing, we need to refer the 2 tables. We get the answers. The only thing, because due to the curiosity, we by mistake we refer that visual inspection. Sometimes we refer that testing. That's why please care, because they question, they mention visual inspection. Immediately after line, next line they mention that testing. So due to the curiosity, we didn't go to the next table. We find the answer in the same table. And another thing, for example, we have one question related to the sounders. So here, how to find that? Again, 14 is related to the testing. And 17th chapter is related to the initiating devices. 18th chapter is a notification devices. Here all the serial numbers based on the things. Okay. So I will show in the classroom, I will show that. But here, these things. So just for these details, we can able to find that. But mostly, we didn't have the questions directly. We can able to find the answer from these areas also. That is that sometimes we have a question, we have a, in the classroom, I show the questions and answers. That is, we need to find the answers not from this here also. So sometimes we need to find the answer from this also. That's why it's little difficult, but we can able to find the answer from these 2 tables. So for NFE 72, we need to refer that referred publications, as I told in that for NFE standard UL list, and we have a definitions, mostly more than I saw one thing. So simply what I say that if you read the question, from the question itself, you can able to identify whether this related to the definitions, is related to the testing, is related to the panel. By this way, we can able to find that answers. So where we difficult to find the answers means sometimes they use the word emergency control responses different related to the panels. So we have more than 15 chapters are there. So chapter 17, notification devices. See here, chapter 21 to 29 all related to the interfacing devices. So that's why if you have a question related to the interfacing devices means it's too hard to find the answers. So you take least possible to find, because in our exam we can be able to, as similar to the UPDA exam, we can be able to go in here and there n number of times until submit, and we can be able to change your answers also. So read the question one, first question, second question, fifth question. Suppose you didn't able to answer the sixth question, you skip the question and go to the next questions. By this way, you can be able to get the answers, because here we refer the answer based on the book. So we have a, if we select the answer, we have a confidence. Correct? So that's why we can able to within a half an hour you can answer the 10 questions. We have little more confident. Another 15 minutes, another half an hour. Within a 1 hour, you answer 25 questions. 100% you have little more confident. So that means at the end of the first hour, so almost you answer 25 questions. So still we need only 15 questions. We have more than 30 to 40 minutes or 1 hour. So it's sufficient to find the answers. So for this NFA 72, we need to refer the definitions, and chapter 3, chapter 14, we can be able to get the more questions from here. Okay. And similarly, we go to that chapter, 101. 101 is a life safety. So here frequently we have a question from the definitions. Number 1, as I told, refer the chapter 2 for the NFA standards and UL list, chapter 3 for the definitions. Then mostly more than 2 or 3 questions we find from this chapter 7. So that term you can be able to find in that the riser diagrams or general notes also. So everyone, at least we have one question from this area, 1 or 2 questions.